That was better.
144 yards.
Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I have got a big treat for you today. I just had to make this video. I don't even have on my normal Ben Hogan hat, but I've got a story for you today. Now, if you notice my hat, it says, no guts, no story. Okay, so this is my swing evolution, and if you guys have been following along, I've picked up a ton of distance in the last couple of months working on my speed training on my new launch monitor in my studio. That's awesome. However, my irons are suffering. I'm starting to hit some poor irons, and I've always had this question about, you know, is an iron swing different than a driver swing? Well, you know, at this point, I think it's a little above my pay grade. I needed some help from a friend of mine, so I reached out to a gentleman you've seen on my channel several times. He's the best golfer that I know. Seriously. His name is John Levitt. He's a professional golfer. He played in the 2000 US Open at Pebble Beach. He's played in a few senior US Opens. He is the man, you know. He's won over 100 professional tournaments, you know, on tours around the world. The guy is a serious player, and he wrote a dynamite book called The Process that I highly recommend. Well, I was having trouble with my wedges, so my idea is if I can hit the ball really far, say over 300 yards, I'm gonna have a lot of short irons and wedges in the greens. So I asked John, I said, you know, can you teach me how to hit wedges? And he said, I'd teach you how to hit anything you want. And so that sparked a really good conversation. And the thing that's remarkable is John said to me, he goes, maybe when you started My Swing Evolution, you know, you had a lot of theories, or you're going through a lot of theories about the golf swing. And he said, today, it's no longer theory. The golf swing is science, and all the PGA pros are doing very similar things. We're approaching a consensus on how to swing the club the most efficiently. I think Ben Hogan and Sam Snead swung the club as efficiently as possible. I think that Jack Nicklaus, you know, did as well. You know, but the thing is, you know, instead of golf swings being snowflakes, those three guys I just mentioned have three of the greatest swings in history. You know, there's just more efficient ways to do it, and I found out that my shoulder path is not quite correct. Now, I normally play my pitching wedge from 125 yards. Well, John told me, he goes, how come we hit our drivers the same distance, but I hit my pitching wedge from 145 yards? I've never really understood that. And it has to do with my shoulder path, because of the way that I was moving my body. I can't maintain the lag tension, the tension on the shaft long enough, and right before impact I just start losing it, and that's that stall flippy thing, you know. So John cleared it up for me that, you know, my driver swing is not going to be the same as my wedge swing, and so he took me from 125 yards on average to I actually hit a couple of them 145 yards with my pitching wedge, several in the 140s. Because I was able to, you know, de-loft my club and hold on longer. So, guys, please watch this video. If you like this content, click like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm thinking about, you know, asking John to be the head of MSc Instruction. I mean, he's the man. He's one of the greatest teachers I've ever met, and I've met, you know, dozens of them. But John's the one that I trust, and he's working with me on my swing. And I think that there can be some great synergy between, you know, what John's teaching me and recognizing what the greatest swingers of all time have done so well. So please enjoy this video, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
Really what it is I'm very efficient, right? So it doesn't...
128 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
Better?
John, you remember I asked you a week ago, I said, can you teach me how to hit a wedge? Because I can't get, I mean, it doesn't make sense for me to hit a driver far and I can't hit a wedge more than 125 yards.
Well, look, the reason you hit a driver farther than you hit your irons or your wedges in relation, right? Of course you can hit your driver farther, but in relation is because you have your natural swing is a driver swing, right? A driver, you do want to go underneath it. You want to launch that thing. You want to hit it on the way up, and you want to. So, like camera's over here, you're right there. When I'm hitting an iron, you want to see my hands disappear, right? And then the club should come up well to the left, and your hands are to the left. But when you're hitting a driver, you're hitting up on it. You got it on a tee. You're not going to hit down and around it. You're going to pop it straight up, and you're going to put too much spin on it, right? You're trying to launch the club. So yeah, you want to throw the club at it. Now you want to see your hands out here, and you want to finish up a little bit more when you're hitting a driver. That's why you hit a driver so good, because that's your natural swing anyways, right? But so you're changing your attack angle, right? When you got that hammer and you're hitting straight down, and well, of course you're not going to do that with a driver. You just pop it straight up, right?
Wow.
So you want to feel like you're going right over the top. You want to make your right shoulder go over a little bit more. You're underneath your line.
I still kind of threw it.
119 yards.
That was a little behind the ball. And again, if you're so here, wait, take a practice swing. Take a practice swing away from the ball. Okay. Now you're gonna start driving your hips, right? You're gonna move your feet. Your shoulders are gonna go this way. That club is gonna stay back here. And now you're just gonna go all the way through. And now you've hit your slingshot point, and that club is just gonna go all the way around. Now, this has to be well off the ground. Yeah, there you go. Right? So your first move is to get your right knee moving around and towards your left knee, and you want to come off of that. That's going to open up your hips enough for your hands to get over, right? And you really, the sensation, and here's a word that a lot of good golf instructors use, that I use all the time, is feels, F-E-E-L-S, right? It's what it feels like. That was better.
144 yards.
You've been living in a dream world. Whoa. Have a seat. Something about your golf game is not quite right. Fat shots, skulls, shanks. Do you want to know what the secret is? Yeah! You take the blue pill. Your handicap remains the same. You shoot 97, telling everyone you shot 85. You take the red pill, and suddenly you become a stick. You begin shooting in the 70s. You can develop a great golf swing. All right. Stop being a hack. Take the red pill, get the Hogan code, and get good. Hit 'em long and hit 'em straight.